Welcome back everyone. As most of you know, the iPhone 6s is the oldest supported iPhone right now on iOS 14 and potentially on iOS 15. But there's been an update recently with iOS 14.7.1, which really was a pretty big update for a ton of different reasons. 14.7 brought a lot of cool things to the table, and 14.7.1 really adds that much more stability to that whole entire iPhone 6s lineup, mostly because, like I mentioned, it's a pretty outdated phone, and any update that we can get on it is definitely worthwhile. Now, the only reason at this point that I would recommend not updating is pretty much if you're jailbroken, like I mentioned before. And that, being in a jailbroken state is awesome, but iOS 14 did bring a lot of cool things to the table, and there really isn't that crazy big of a difference between like a jailbroken iPhone as of this point, without a bunch of different tweaks and stuff in a, stock iPhone. Now, if you're doing a bunch of crazy tweaks and all that stuff, I'd still rather have a jailbroken iPhone, but there are a lot of cool things with these iPhone 6s on iOS 14 coming up on iOS 15 that makes it a much better experience in my opinion. Now, specifically with iOS 14.7.1, like I mentioned, because this is that next step up, because it is a little bit more of a stable version, I've personally found that iOS 14.7 and 14.7.1 have been a pretty strong experience. I've had a pretty good time on this specific iPhone, on this specific version of software. Now, it's definitely not perfect, but like I mentioned in my first review and my second review of 14.7 and 14.7.1, there really isn't that crazy big of a difference where I was like, whoa, this is a not stable version of a device. That's not the case. The 6S is a very stable phone, and it is extremely good on 14.7 and 14.7.1, and both of my iPhone 6Ss, I have 3 and 2 of them are 14.7 and on 14.7.1, and the battery life has also been a little bit of an improvement there too. I didn't get to talk about this in my full review, but essentially, the iPhone 6S battery hasn't really been super crazy, but it does seem like every single update that's been coming out since like 14.5 has, I've been getting some really big improvements. Now, there was that big issue with the Touch ID, not working well with the, Apple Watch, aka not unlocking it properly. And although that was a problem, that does seem to be fixed for the most part as of now. And that is another really huge W in my opinion for this device. So ultimately what I can tell you is that if you have an iPhone 6s, I would highly recommend you to update. This is definitely a worthwhile phone to update to, and I think, if you have a 6s, any update that you can get on this phone is worth it. And this is another one of those software updates I would highly recommend you to look at. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.